which pays more? One gives you leverage, the other one gives you learning. Which one should you focus on if you want to choose? And how do we do this comparison? And how do I open up your eyes to see that creative products and creative services are something that you can create? That is what the conversation is about today. You are welcome to the Smart Job Break series. And yes, I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach. I help busy professionals like you unlock confidence smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, and of course, smart speaking. This conversation is for you, especially if you've been wondering how to create from all of the knowledge you've accumulated since the beginning of the year. You're thinking, what do I create? This conversation is for you. In you lies a lot that you can create, both services and products, and I'll be showing you that today. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you haven't, go and call a friend that should be on this conversation today. Again, you are welcome. Let's go. Between creative products, one gives you leverage, the other one gives you learning. The question is, which one should you build first? That's what you're asking yourself, right? I want you to pause and let that reflection sink in. Just allow it to sink in. Now, I want to ask you a question. How many of you are hosting services? Maybe you started coaching, consulting, freelancing, but you're wondering how long-term wealth seems out of reach. You've been doing this thing for years, but you're wondering, why is it taking so much time? Why does it have to take years before I hit this wealth that they've been talking about? Or maybe you are not that person, but you have dabbled into creative products, books, courses, templates, or ebooks, but if you slow or uncertain. Let me be honest with you really quickly. Both of them have value. But you see, both of them have different purposes. And I will show you what the purposes are so that you can dive into your creation value, your creating value, dive into your creation with full force, knowing that these two things have value. Because the truth is, you don't grow equally on the both sides. No. You don't grow equally in every creative lane the same way. No. You grow where leverage meets strategy. I need you to write it down. You grow where leverage meets strategy. You do not grow on different creative lines at the same pace, at the same way. No. You grow where leverage meets strategy. Hello, Hamza. So good to see you here. Welcome. All right. So let's look at the core difference between the both. Let me know in the comment section where are you joining in from. I'd love to know where you're joining in from. Hi, Lovely. Hi, Esther. Hi, everybody. Let me know in the comment section where are you joining in from. Services give you learning and cash flow. So if you look at maybe consulting, coaching, it gives you money, it gives you learning, it gives you cash flow. However, products give you leverage and long-term wealth. Products give you leverage and long-term wealth. So that's why I said both of them are important. I just want to share with you the core differences. So think about it. Services equals your time, but it results in someone's result. Fast cash, limited skill. So with services, you give me your time and then you make quick money. It becomes someone else's result because you coach somebody, you work with somebody, but then there's a problem with the scaling. The scaling is limited. With services, scaling it is limited. However, with products, you build a system. Write it down. Product equals a system. Product equals a system. Hello and welcome again. If you are just joining us, let me know in the comment section where are you streaming in from. Today I want to do a comparison between creative products and creative services. Which one is better? Because you have to create one. And like I said, if you've been reading, it's time for you to create a book, a coaching system, a framework is supposed to come from you. Hi, Baxter. It's good to see you here. Let me know in the comment section where are you joining in from. Now, let me say this. Services pay the bills, products build the bank. Services pay the bills, products build the bank. Hi, Panalia. Hello. So with services, if you decide to go into services, it will be good because, you begin to pay bills, you begin to get money, you see quick cash. However, product is what actually builds the bank. So where do you now start your building journey? When last did you build something and you have to sell it and it made impact while you slept? That's the question you should be asking. How do I build something that can make impact while I am sleeping? So take for instance, if you imagine a coach who spends like 5 hours a day consulting, he's doing a lot of work. People will love this coach. You're doing well. But when he stops coaching, revenue stops. When he stops coaching, revenue stops. So it's good, like I say, services pay the bills. Now, in the time where he was still doing his active service, doing his coaching, you would realize that he is making money. But the moment he stops, revenue stops coming. Now, imagine this same coach decide to package that expertise into a product. So books, templates, toolkits, same knowledge, same knowledge, same knowledge. But guess what? It's still the same value. But now it will make him to reach hundreds and thousands, maybe tens of thousands. Hi, Sinku. So good to see you here. Where are you joining in from? So imagine, think about it. It will make, if he builds that kind of system, he will make hundreds and hundreds, and he will reach out to millions of people at the same time or over the time. Now, products turn your expertise into an engine. Products turn your expertise into an engine. So you now have a system. That's why I said products equals system. Products equals system. Services turn your expertise into sweat. No, that's hard. But you see, I'm rendering services. I'm a coach. Come and hire me. It turns your expertise into sweat. But with products, you build an engine. Because with products, you sweat the sweat once. It takes you a lot. Maybe you're trying to prepare a bundle, a 6-in-1 bundle or something. It takes a lot. You're sweating so much to do it. However, you build an engine that will pay you 10, 20 years from now. So if you're still thinking, oh no, I don't need to write that book, you should be at the Smart Creating Lab. You should write that book. Because with your services, I'm rendering service. I've been teaching for 15 years. I can teach very well. I'll go and teach them. The children will pass math. All of that. Your revenue stops where your active service stops. But the day you decide to turn it into products, you write a book that shows how math can be taught to teenagers who are restless. In your demise, after you are done with your journey on earth, it will still be paying. So the thing about services is that services they are good. They pay the bills, but they do not increase the bank. Do not increase what is in your bank account long term. That's what I'm talking about. Long term. Long term. All right. Now, what's the key difference? The key difference is that there are about 6 key distinctions every creative must understand. Hello, James. So good to see you here. There are 6 key factors, 6 key differences you need to understand as a creative. You know, we've been talking about the smart creating, every creative should create, everybody should create, and you are now on this journey of wanting to create. Listen, pay attention. 6 key differences you need to understand. Number 1, time versus leverage. Time versus leverage. If you are just doing services, you see, I'm fully booked. I'm an engineer. I'm fully booked. I have people that are on my table. You are just burning time. Burning time. Services will drain your time for every delivery you make. To keep draining your time. But you know the good thing about products? Products multiply your time with every buyer. With every buyer. I remember someone who came for coaching yesterday. And what she needed was going to take us hours and hours. It didn't take. We finished the first, and I just said, okay, I'm going to send you this. This will solve this problem, and move. So it keeps saving me time for every other buyer that comes. Did I sweat when I was creating that product? Yes, I did. But you sweat it once. So as a creative, understand that you should not only create services, you should create products. Because with services, you are giving out time. So do the distinction between service versus leverage. A service is like lighting candles one by one. That's what service can be like into. You're coaching, you're lighting everybody can be one by one. But you see, a product is like stitching on a chandelier. Once you fix that chandelier, you keep it up there. It's lighting the whole room. If we have 10,000 people in that room, everybody can see the light of the chandelier. But with service, you are lighting a candle pattern. You are lighting a candle pattern. The second distinction you need to pay attention to is learning versus beauty. Learning versus beauty. Versus beauty. Services sharpen your skill. Product sharpen your structure. So for every time you do that coaching, for every time you still go back to the classroom to teach, for every time you work on that person's hair, if that's what you do, whatever service you're rendering, every time you do it, skill is being built. Because of course, genius is the realm of practice, right? Skill is being built. You're getting better and better. For every time you teach that, of course. So that for that one-on-one section, every time you do it, you're getting better with your skill. However, the thing about products is that products give you structure. They sharpen your structure. And it's only with structure that you can scale. Services make you good at helping. So everybody say, oh, you can book her for a one-on-one session, 10 hours, you can just pay her. So you are this good person, you are helping everybody. It makes you look good at helping. But guess what? Products makes you great at scaling. Write it down. Products makes you great at scaling. And that's why we built this system to tell you, come and put your long-term years of service into products. You cannot scale without products. The time you are using to attend to this client, you're coming for one-on-one sessions, and you're making the money. Like I said, the bank, the money will be there. It will pay your bills, but it cannot scale. You cannot sit here and build something that can scale until you have products for each of those services that you're building. Until you start to work on products, you cannot scale. So I need you to write this down. Products makes you great at scaling. Product makes you great at scaling. That is why the Bible says, without a vision, the people perish. So when you're putting your products down, when you're writing that book, when you're writing that template, that checklist to help somebody, you're actually writing the vision down because you're creating a roadmap. So the person can see how to move from point A to point B by what it is that you have built. So you're not just writing the vision down, you are also making it clearer for somebody else. Products are that vision. Something that outlives your presence. Products. But with services, they can't outlive your presence. If you're not available, you're not present, nobody will come. The clients will go to the next available person. Because you have built it as if it's around you. Number 3. The third distinction I need us to make is the distinction between speed and scale. Service will give you speed. How? You jump on this coaching system, the person pays you a few dollars, quick gratification. Money comes. So you are seeing what happens with services is that you see effort and reward immediately. So you go for a coaching, you do 2 hours of coaching with this client. This client pays you immediately. Boom, you're excited. I just made money. So your effort got immediate reward right on speed, right? So you say things like, this thing is giving me quick money. It actually is. But you need to compare speed versus skill. Products gives you skill, lasting growth. Lasting growth. Because you know the truth, fast doesn't always mean forward. You may write that book and maybe 10 people just bought it, but the book is there. The book is there. It will keep scaling. Especially if you build systems around how it's always going to get sold and resold, it will keep selling. So the stress you put into write that book, you have done it once and forever. So if you are, rendering service, you may say things like, oh, this one, I just did it, they just pay me now. Your time cannot be rebought. I hope you know. But with products, they can rebuy your time. For every time a client buys that book and reads it, we are rebuying you time. Because the second person who read that book, after the first time you started to write it, did not cost you time to make it available to them. So you have taken the stress once and for all. So as a creative, I want to put your experience. It is good to do coaching, but realize that creative services are good, but it's also key that you do creative products. Creative products, you sweat it. Once you get your benefits forever. Hello, Pete. Hi, I see you. Speed gives you satisfaction, but scaling is what gives you significance. Speed gives you satisfaction. So you're satisfied. Oh no, this person just came for one-on-one. I helped him. I solved this problem for him, and it gives you satisfaction. Feel good. It gives you this feel good hormone. You feel great. You feel like I've done this thing. I've done it. Or you see, product is what gives you scalability. Not only scalability, it gives you significance. It gives you significance. That book will be in your name forever. The products you made from that, your expertise, will be in your name forever. Most of us cannot forget the books we read in primary school. Personally, I can't forget Cream Premier. Like, I look at it and like, this Cream Premier is still here. But maybe I've forgotten the teacher who taught me that. Yeah. Or maybe if I remember the name, maybe I may not even remember how they did it so well. Now, even if I remember how they did it so well, and I want to recommend them to be employed, the teacher should be in maybe 60s now, depending on how young he started. So who can employ that teacher now? Exactly. But when the teacher sat down to say, let us write Cream Premier, it is forever. So, quick offering of services with your skills, it gives you satisfaction, it gives you quick money. But you see, significance, scalability can only come when you do creative products. Again, like I say, you are on this earth to create. You should create. You should create. It's an assignment for you. It's why you are here. Number 4, the key distinction you need to pay attention to between creative products and creative services is personalized versus standardized. With service, every service requires your energy. So it's personalized. It's taking energy from you. But every product gives you a system. It is once and for all that you wrote that book and it's now scalable. So every time someone comes to you and they say, I have this toddler who cannot sit down to learn math. It's okay, I have this book. Buy it. Interestingly, sometimes, even when they buy the book, it may still not be clear, they may say, come for one-on-one. But the point is, you have scaled that book as well. You've made money from the book as well. So there's a personalized versus standardized comparison that we need to pay attention to. Right? Number 5, another distinction you need to look at and consider why you must do your own creative product is energy versus equity. Energy versus equity. You cannot sell your energy twice. Yeah? You can't sell your energy twice. I mean, same energy. Hi, Jerry. Let me know in the comment section where you're joining me from. So good to have you here. You cannot sell the same energy twice. So you do this personalized coaching session. Somebody comes and they tell you, oh, I'm struggling with how to raise my toddlers. And let's say you have that solution. I want my toddlers to play keyboard, for instance. And you have it. And you now start teaching that child. You cannot, if they bring you for you child B, you're doing it differently. You are spending another energy. So with services, you cannot sell your energy twice, the same energy twice. No, you can't. But imagine that you put mastering the keyboard for toddlers made easy, a book title. You can sell that product forever. 20 years from now. Now, that book may take you a while to write. Because maybe you may need to do some research, sit down with your reflection, your experiences, and all of that you've done so that you can make it easier for toddlers to understand how to master the keyboard, like the name implies. However, the good news is you have been able to build a product forever. So as a creative, you build it forever. Hi, Olanyika. So good to see you. Where are you joining in from? Hello, everybody. Hi. I can see the comments in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Where are you joining in from? So as a smart person, as a creative person, you want to create, but pay attention to the fact that don't just create products. Don't just create services, I beg your pardon. Create products. It's with products that you can actually sell, scale, structure, systemize forever. Let's look at Tony Robbins, for example. Tony Robbins started coaching he was doing good in the service, then he scaled. He scaled it through audio programs. He scaled it through seminars. These are products. And that's how he's been able to build a legacy today. But I know that creating products can be hard. So most professionals just want to do, I'm not a coach. Come and meet me for everything about your toddler struggles. I can help you help your toddler come out of bedwetting. Let's say you have the solution. As you are giving creative services, high becomes. As you are giving creative services, know that you can't scale it. So we're doing a comparison between creative services and creative products. You can't scale it. You can't scale it. Until you scale it, you cannot make the money. Number 6. The 6th decision you need to understand, distinction you need to make between these two is scarcity versus abundance. Services end when your schedule ends. So services are going to be scarce. So they come and they look for you, but you can't, you're fully booked. You're fully booked. Take, for instance, you've been a fashionpreneur for years and you've done amazing. And now you're not saying, let me help other fashionpreneurs build their own business. So everybody who wants to learn how to do fashion, you go, you help them build their system. The day you have 65 fashionpreneurs needing you in 2 days, you cannot attend to everybody. You can't attend to everybody. So with creative services, you are limited. So you now become scarce. That way you're losing some clients. But with creative product, there is an abundance system you have created. So the day you create a 10-in-1 bundle, a 10-in-1 start up your own fashion business bundle, for instance, you've created abundance. Because your products will keep living when your calendar is closed. Your products will keep living when your calendar is closed. So there's nothing like I'm fully booked, I don't have any, I can't make money from this person. No. So but that way, you have the both. So with your creative services, you can take the ones you can take, and then with your creative product, others can buy. That's it. That's it. So, as a creative, you need to pay attention to creating products. Now, I get it. Professionals struggle because how do I create a product? Well, I write this book, I've been writing it for the past 6 years. That is why we created for you the Smart Creating Lab. The details to join the Smart Creating Lab will be in the comment section. If you send us an email, if you reach out to any of our numbers in the comment section, you get access to the Smart Creating Lab. We will show you how you can turn it into products. Yes, you build service systems. They are good. Because like I said, when I was mentioning the distinction, one of the things that give you quick cash is services. Like if you reach out to me and say, I want to do a one-on-one speed reading class, I'm going to make money real quickly. Because you pay me and boom, I'll come for that, give you your speed reading classes, and you're growing. However, the products are going to be forever. I read a book, Mastering Speed Reading for Busy Professionals. That book sold hundreds of copies before it was released on pre-order. Why? Because, it hits. Like the title, Mastering Speed Reading for Busy Professionals. There are busy professionals that want to learn it. They got the book and it's solving problems for them. I wrote that book once and it's there, it's selling. It's going to keep selling forever. So, scarcity versus abundance. That's why it is said, give and it shall be given unto you. You put in the work, you give your time, you give your expertise on a pen and paper, publish that book, publish that checklist, publish that template, you write it out, you have given. Guess what? It shall be given unto you. Thousands of people shall buy it in the next how many years? Give and it shall be given unto you. Products allow you give to multiply beyond your reach. Sorry, please. That's the good thing about products. They let you give beyond your reach. And the more you give, the more you shall be given unto. It's not only with offerings, right? Now, why is it that long-term wealth lives in products? Why? So, with what we've said now, you have seen it clearly that long-term wealth lives in products. However, fast cash often comes from services. Fast cash often comes from services. Okay? So, products help you make wealth forever. But the thing with services is that they give you fast cash. Now, this is truth time, and I want you to come close and write it down, right? The truth is, most people chase fast wins. So it's easy to just say, "Me, coach, I help you do this. Can I help you do that?" Because it gives you fast cash. It gives you fast wins. So services are like that. They just give you fast win, fast cash. And because we all love the quick payout, we just take it and we run, we run. However, wealth that lasts and multiply comes from products. That's where I'm going with the conversation today. So if we're talking wealth that multiplies, if we're talking wealth that lasts, it will come from products. It will come from creative products. It will come from creative products. Number one, why? Because multiplication will happen over time. So your wealth multiplies, your impact multiplies. The number of people you are helping, the number of people you are hitting their lives will multiply. Multiply. Multiplication happens over time. For instance, your service costs $100 per hour. You're limited by hours. You can only take maybe 8 or 10 hours maximum, depending on so many factors per day. But with your product, let's say you have a course that you have developed, built it. That costs $100 per course, and you sold it 1,000 times. That's equals how much? Let me know in the comment section. That's equals $100,000 without your presence. Yeah. You wrote a book, and the book is sold for $100, and 1,000 people buy it. Okay. Yeah, so that's it, right? It gives you the multiplication over time. So with your product, you get to multiply money, you get to multiply wealth, you get to multiply influence, you get to multiply your capacity with, I'm working just once, right? That's what it does for you. Okay. The second thing it does for you is that it gives you influence and authority. So products, when you give out a book out, you give a product out, what it does is that it positions you as an authority. Positions you as an authority. Meanwhile, services position you as available. Think about it. With products, you are positioned as an authority, but with services, you are positioned as available. Because you won't be there all the time. There are times when you're a marriage counselor and all you do is counseling. You've not written a book that can actually help someone who is struggling with their marriage, that product that is there that can help people's lives. You've not done that. What means that you have not positioned yourself as an authority. You have positioned yourself as available. And the clients, the reach you can make is dependent on how many. Do you know how many times you'll be sleeping and your books will be selling if you have a product like that? You write a book on recovering from maybe something, a season in marriage or something, recovering from postpartum season in marriage or something like that. And this product is there. While you are sleeping, people will be buying it. But when you are just doing coaching and say, okay, no, if you have that kind of crisis, go and book a coaching with me. Let's have a one-on-one coaching. You are positioning yourself as available, not as an authority. Take, for instance, Oprah Talk Show. Oprah Talk Show was service. A book club, own network, our products, celebrations of her legacy. But it all began with Oprah's talk show. And she knew that when it comes to being an influence and authority, she won't just stop at talk show level. So Oprah Winfrey moved it. She now has products. She has a book club, Oprah's a book club that she runs. She has other products, there are networks, there are collaborations. These are things that build legacy. But three, the good thing about products is that there's risk management. Like you ensure the risk involved. Services will increase your stress, even though your income is rising. But you are stressed out. You're stressed out. Income is rising, but you know that you are stressed. There are some one-on-one coaching you should not take, but you are taking it because you want to make quick money, but it's increasing your stress. But with products, with that book being out there, you are compounding your interest, even though it's coming over time. Products reduce stress as income compounds. So the stress you went through writing that book, by the time the income starts compounding, you will not even remember it. You won't remember it. Even though it's data. It's like when the Bible says, diligent hand brings wealth. Brings wealth. And the wealth it's talking about is not just by working, it's by building. If all the wealth you make is when you work, so your wealth is tied to how many hours you work daily, that's not wealth. The diligent hand builds wealth. Wealth is built By building a book, you are building wealth. You are building wealth. Wealth is built. It's not by working. You not say the diligent hand worketh wealth. Because if you have to work, if you don't go for that coaching, you cannot make money today. So every week you're fully booked. Every week you're full. Meanwhile, you have not written a book in all those areas. There'll be struggles. Oh, Purpose Mastery Hub. So good to see you here. So good to see you here. So if you haven't started thinking about writing a book, you're happy. I remember I was in the session with a friend of mine, and she wanted to do something, and she said, and then when we're done with that conversation, we're able to build a 5-in-1 bundle, and it's amazing what it's turning into. Same 5-in-1 bundle is turning into a conference. Same 5-in-1 bundle has been able to build a system into several classes. It is amazing. But it all began with trying to build a product. That's the first thing I think of if you come to meet me for anything creation. And this is what I say to book bingers in our inner circle. So we have the book bingers booth where professionals read a book a week or year round, your book of choice at your time. Our job is to give you everything that you need to achieve that goal with your position. And I'm busy and I'm able to do it in front of every book binger in that place. I'm not out of the system, right? But I mean, what I say to them is, as much as you are reading, you should create. If you've read more than 3 books in your lifetime, there's no reason you should leave this earth with a book not in your name. It's an anathema for you to leave this earth with a book not in your name if you've read up to 3 to 5 books in your lifetime. No, it's a risk. It's a risk. And if your expertise, that's why we say at the Smart Creating Lab, what we're doing is helping you turn your experience, expertise, and your expression into income, impact, and influence. Because what your expertise and your experience do to you is limited. The money you make from there is limited. It's the diligent hand that can build wealth, not the working hand. So if what you do is I do one-on-one coaching, I do coaching, if that's all you do, you are the diligent hand that is working. You begin to build wealth when you start creating products from that your expertise, from that your experience, from that your expression. So risk management is done when you begin to have these two. You know, we're doing a comparison between creative product and creative services. Point number 4, residual impact. I'm not just talking about impact, residual impact. Service blesses a few. So it's good to have a creative service system, but it blesses a few. It doesn't give you residual impact. With products, you begin to bless multitudes. You write a book, and in the next 5 years, that book is still going. How many people just recently read the book Atomic Habits? Go and read when that book was written. Years ago. We're still reading it. How about Think and Grow Rich? Years ago. We're still reading it. How about the Bible? Centuries ago. Think about it. Residual impact. You are still shouting, I read my Bible. Are you aware that they wrote that Bible years ago? What is the Bible that will come out from you? And hey, don't say how. I'm saying it to you. A Bible should come out from you. You know why? Nobody has your experience, expression, and expertise in the same measure that you have it. Nobody on this earth has it. Nobody on this earth. Do not forget that this same Bible are books written by people. Yes, it's a compilation of books written by people. Because God is trying to teach us something, that you cannot make residual impact until you create products. So they're creative, they're smart professional. Or you want to come out this year. By December, you put up a post that says, don't swipe books this month, 1 book a month. Thank you. How many have you written? If you do not know where to begin your journey, that's what we did for you, the Smart Creating Lab. The Smart Creating Lab is actually a lab, like name it like. It's not a course, it's not a webinar, no, it's a lab. You will come in and there'll be 3 coaches who will hold you by the hand, and you will leave there with your product in your hand. Take, for instance, you decide that I'm the one that delivers flowers. I deliver natural flowers around this area. Delivering flowers will bring smiles. But the day you think of planting a garden, which is a product, you will bring seasons of harvest. What's your focus? To give people smiles or to get seasons of harvest? Which one is your choice? If your choice is that you want to make seasons of impact, then you have no place not thinking of products that will come out from it. Point number 5. With creative products, you create asset creation. But with creative services, you are creating consumption. Now, I know you've not heard this before, but let me explain. See, a service is a transaction. That's what it is. But a product is a transferable wealth. Please write it down for me. Product equals transferable wealth. That's what I call asset creation. But to the service, you're just in a transaction. Just say, I give you this, so you have this marital crisis, I'm a marriage coach, I help you solve it, and then you go. Transaction. You pay me, I go. But when I begin to write books and I say for this book, if you ever struggled with postpartum depression and it affected your marriage, read this book. Take this 3 in 1 bundle. Your joy will be restored. Your home will be I'm creating transferable assets. How many of us know the book by Jackie Mees, The Supernatural Childbirth? How many of us know the book? Do you know the kind of transferable wealth she has done? But imagine that she decided that for every woman struggling with infertility, come and meet me. I'll give you scriptures. I'll explain to you what you need to do. How many women can she reach? I read Supernatural Childbirth, and I know at least 10 people that I can remember now on the spot. If I think more, I should be able to remember more that I've read that book, that worked through that book and gotten their testimonies, their miracles. But imagine that she said to attend to everybody. I don't think there's any standard bookstore you go to that you not see Supernatural Childbirth. Especially if they sell anything inspirational or spiritual books. That's it. That's it. But with a service, you cannot create that transferable asset. No. You cannot automate wealth creation. You cannot. That is why the diligent hand doesn't work well. The diligent hand builds wealth. Builds wealth. Finally, number 6, mindset shift. And after this number 6, then I'll be showing you how to leverage your skills to create both. So you can see the both of them have advantages, right? Both of them are advantages. So at the end of this, number 6, I'll give you how do you leverage your skills so you can create both income and impact efficiently. Because at the Smart Creating Lab, it's actually how you can create income, impact, and influence. So that's it. Because at the end of the day, when you do services, you get a quick income. So I'll show you how to use your skills to create the both. Because no matter what your skill is, you should be able to make both part of it. So finally, number 6, it gives you mindset shift. There's this mindset shift that happens. Services makes you think survival. When you're just, come and meet me, I'm a football coach, I can help you play football, that's good. Or maybe I'm a dance coach, I help people to call me. It gives you this survival mentality because you just make money and you move. But you see, with products, you begin to think systems, not just survival. Begin to think systems, not just survival. So finally, how do you now leverage? We're done with that finally, right? So how do you now leverage your skill so that you can create the both? Here is what you need to know, right? I'm not going to teach you what is not going to be relevant to you. But let me show you that it's possible and why this matters. I want to show you that it's possible to create. For many skills you have, even if the skill you have is have to braid hair, you can create both a creative service and a creative product from it. You don't know how? Put in the comment section, create. We'll give you access to the Smart Creating Lab. It's going to be 3 days of we walking you through a journey of turning your experience, expression, expertise into income, impact, and influence. But what I want to show you now is why this matters. You should have the both, actually. Creative servicing, creative products. Why? Number 1, identify what can be systemized. Think about it. Even in that you're servicing, you can systemize something. Something can be systemized. Every service you offer has a structure. If it has a structure, it means that it has a repeatable pattern. Now, if this is true, it means that a product can be made from each of these patterns. It means there's a product waiting to be done. So it makes me remember my friend. She's been a fashion planner for years, and she was trying to create products out of her service. And she's built a big brand, and she's been looking at, okay, how can other fashion planners grow, scale, and all of that. And she identified the problems that they have. Put in a 12-in-1 bundle to address all the problems. So the problems from pricing, problems to measurement, problems to systemizing things in the fashion industry. She put all of them in a bundle. Now, if she was doing one-on-one coaching, okay, fashion planner will call her from Ibadan, she will go and solve the problem. One will call her from the UK, she will go and solve the problem. Or maybe be on a call with them. That is not systemization. So even in that your skill, today I want you to begin to think, what can I systemize in the system? I had to use this fashion example because you may be thinking, oh, what I do, I've just been a fashion designer, or I've been a baker. See, you can systemize. It's only in this part of the world that people have been chefs for years and they've not written books. You travel abroad, you see books, you see recipe books everywhere. You see books on different things, different meals. You see recipes on Chinese, you want to make Chinese with them, things like that. Yes, I know that some chefs now are now trying to come up and write books, but everything that you have in your system, begin to ask yourself, what can I systemize? What can I do? Ask yourself this question. What part of your daily work can you build into a system? What part of my daily work can I bless 100 more people with if I package it? So as opposed to you have this issue, come and meet me for this issue, I will help you to fix your wardrobe, for instance. And then you actually systemize it to say, okay, if you're a corporate person and you love to wear suits as a male between this age to this age, I have done your schedule. I've done your wardrobe schedule for you in 52 weeks. How many more people will you help? Instead of when I want to dress up, I call you. Every time I want to dress up, I call you. It's giving you fast cash. It's giving you fast cash. However, like I said, it's not giving you a systemized way of making wealth long term. But two, combine immediate revenue with long-term leverage. You must combine the both. Coaching will give you immediate revenue. Money will come quickly. But also think about long-term leverage. How about when you didn't coach for 3 days because you had to go for a vacation with your family? But right in that vacation, you wake up at night and your phone just did the boom boom. You went to check it. You just saw 12-in-1 bundle just sold. Drop the phone. By the time you wake up in the morning at 8, you see that 6 more copies have been sold. That's what we're talking about. For that 3 days, you couldn't do coaching because, of course, your family needs you. Life is not just about, okay, God booked me for coaching, let me go and do coaching. Yeah, you have a family to attend to. You also have you. Maybe it was even you who went for a vacation to just maybe it was even you. Just decided to take 3 days off and all of that. What you do with when you create creative services and products together is that you combine immediate revenue with long-term revenue. Services will bring you data. But you see, products will bring you dividends. Like I said, with services, you can say, okay, this year I have coached 156 professionals on their accounting systems. I built their business, help them with their accounting systems. It's good. It's giving you data. How about dividends? How about Christmas Day? You take a one-on-one on Christmas Day. Will you take a one-on-one on Christmas Day? But you know that even on Christmas Day, the dividends from the books that you put somewhere will still be coming in. That's why I'm saying think the both. Think the both. Both of them have to be thought. Think the both. Think the both. Right. Okay. Take for instance a designer who decides to teach 10 clients more. He's teaching 10 clients, notice common pain points, and he decides to create a design toolkit. Create a 12-in-1 bundle for those people. Create something. Clients now buy it directly instead of needing him all the time to come and solve those problems. Guess what? By the time this is happening to him, what will happen? He will get freedom plus flow. Flow of what? Flow of cash plus freedom. Freedom because it doesn't need to be everywhere at every time. I remember still discussing with my friend, and she says, okay, I've been doing this particular thing. I want to create a bundle. Start and created a bundle. It will give you freedom plus flow. I remember when I had, at a point, I kept on getting clients from the diaspora who would come with this fear of, oh, I japped, and then it's as if my confidence japped as well. So I'm a confidence coach. If you're just meeting me for the first time, I'm a confidence coach. I help busy professionals to unlock confidence, smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, and smart speaking. So I kept on getting professionals from the diaspora reach out to me to say, oh, coach, I got to the abroad, like some people say it, and then my confidence is, I don't know. I see people who are white skinned and I can't talk. I go to a board meeting and I'm afraid. And I was initially I was doing one-on-one coaching. But then I said, okay, I was able to identify 21 problems from these people. Like categorize it, there are more, but like I categorized it into 21 branches. Guess what I did? I made a 21 in one diaspora bond, building your confidence. I made it short guides are not so much voluminous because, of course, I already know that the person in the diaspora is busy looking for money. So there's no need to give them books that are so big. But these are practicable guides. The testimonials that have come from these guides are amazing. But guess what? I'm able to touch more lives. So, like as I'm here now, if somebody is having a struggle, I cannot be coaching that person's confidence now. But that guy, that bundle is solving the problem. So guess what? I got freedom plus flow. And the number of professionals in the diaspora who are struggling will keep increasing because many more people are still Japan. Even yesterday, I was in a confidence coaching session with someone in the diaspora. But the coaching session was brief, direct, easier, like I was free. Plus, the person has gotten their problem solved. Plus, cash flow. But I looked at it, I'm like, if I keep on taking one-on-one, and 1,000 people, well, let's even say 50 people come in a month, how many can I take? I'm a mom of 2 toddlers. I have a family to cater to. I have other parts of my life. I have friends who are going to need me or who I need to be there for. I still I'm a church girl. So how do I do all of this? That's why you create the board. I still take one-on-one coaching, yes, absolutely. However, I've been able to systemize it in a way that I'm having a combined revenue system. That's what I'm talking about. So you start with sweet, but you grow with systems. Write it down. Start with sweet, but grow with systems. How do I mean? Maybe you started it now, maybe you're working somewhere and it's giving you sweet cash every month, so that money is going to come. But I need you to know that you cannot really grow your wealth without systems. And trust me, books, when you create a course template, you are creating systems. You don't have to be there all the time. Think about it. What if my expertise could impact thousands while I sleep? I want you to think about this question and give yourself an answer. What if my expertise, this my 15 years as a painter, what if I can help people paint houses better? Instead of every time I see somebody who did wrong, I will not sit down and be explaining. What if I put it and I do real estate made easy? Paint your house better with these 3, 1, 2 kids. What if I do this and I begin to earn while I sleep? When you think about this, you know that you should be running to the Smart Creating Lab. We've created the how for you there. We've created it for you. Because the truth is, the smart creator doesn't choose one. No, please don't choose one. If you choose one, you are just limiting yourself. The smart creator doesn't choose one. The smart creator builds a bridge between the both. The smart creator builds a bridge between the both. Don't choose one. Don't choose service. I'm a banker. I've been working for 12 years. What you're doing is service. I've not systemized what you learned in that banking industry. People keep coming to you. They'll call you on the phone. I don't know why. I don't know how to invest my shares. What if you do a 3-step checklist for understanding how to invest at the beginning of the year? If you get that 3-step toolkit now ready, by January, when people are thinking about their lives, do you know how many people will buy it? If you start marketing it by December, do you know how many people will buy it? Now, even if thousands of people don't buy it by January 2026, you have done that toolkit to keep selling to 2029. It will keep selling to 2036 and beyond. That's the point. Smart creators don't do one of the two. They do the both. They find a way to build a bridge between the both. But sadly, many professionals are stuck. Why? Number one, they fear perfection. They're afraid of imperfection. They don't want to come out and what if I do the toolkit? Nobody will buy it. They are waiting for perfection to delay their prosperity. Perfection delays prosperity. Write it down. So you that is carrying, that's why I say it as a confidence coach, I've always said it, that the opposite of confidence is not fear. You've not heard it before, right? That's why I'm the confidence coach. The opposite of confidence is perfection. And I've seen too many professionals have the perfection syndrome. But here is the truth. Perfection delays prosperity. Write it down. Make it a signage where you can see it. So that you know that perfection will delay your prosperity. It will. Number two, why are professionals struggling to create? They are stuck in cash. They are they found comfort in cash. See, fast money will give you a feel-good feeling fast, but it's short-lived. So the comfort that fast cash is giving you, look at it again. Check it. Oh no, coach, let them come. I'll just do the coaching for them and I'll help them fix their marriage problem. So I have 3 people I'm coaching this week. It's giving you fast cash. It's giving you a quick fix to your banking and your bank account issues that you don't like the way your bank account is looking to do that for you. However, it is short-lived. The day your husband needs you or your sibling needs you, you cannot take appointment. So it is short-lived. Number 3, you don't have a conversion system. No conversion system. If you don't have the boat, you are stuck. What will happen is that you are stuck because you lack a conversion system. Knowledge is trapped in your head. It doesn't create any leverage. And this is why I say that if you are reading and you're waiting for December to come and roll out the number of books you've read, about it again. Create leverage. Don't just accumulate knowledge. Create leverage. Do not just accumulate knowledge. You know, as a confidence coach, I work with lots of professionals. I help them to unlock confidence smartness. They are reading, they are thinking, but they have not been able to create leverage. I was listening to Elon Musk and he said, I built the Tesla car by books. Do you know the leverage the authors of those books have done to Elon Musk? Today we have Tesla cars because somebody wrote books. Do you know what can come out from that book? Do you know what can come out from that template? That checklist, 3 ways to identify the wrong house not to buy in Abuja. Leverage. You're going to be saving somebody 250 million. The person would have used to buy the wrong house. Leverage your creativity. Number 4, many professionals stay stuck. They're struggling. They can't create. As I'm saying it now, it's hitting you, but you cannot create because you lack accountability. Oh, thank you, Peace. Peace says she's getting value from this session. And that's why you should be here every day. Monday to Fridays at 1 p.m., Saturday at 7 p.m. Because every day we give you value. No, I don't come here casual. No. I show up in excellence. Yeah? Lack of accountability. See, let me say this. As much as this is hitting you rightly, if you do not get into an accountability system, 2025 will end, and those your beautiful ideas will end your notebook. Not as a book like that. Ideas die in silence. Ideas die in silence and in isolation. Oh, I can do it on my own. No, you need people. That's one thing the Smart Creating Lab will give you. Beyond the coaches that will hold you by the hand, the beauty is that if you also get access to smart creators like you in the lab. I know how many times I've had to work with professionals to actually move their knowledge into leverage. It's part of why we created this system. So do not die in silence. Don't stay alone. Don't stay in a situation and say I can create it. Leverage doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. Yes. Leverage doesn't happen by the book you want to create, the leverage you want to, it cannot happen by accident. It happens by design. It happens by design. So here is the truth. Service validates. I'm sure we've been able to do a successful comparison at this point. Service validates it to show that, oh, this person is doing well, but product leverages. Product leverages. It scales, it multiplies. That's the beauty. So the goal of this session today isn't for you to abandon your services. No, please don't abandon it. I'm not abandoning mine. The coaches are coming to help you as well in the Smart Creating Lab. I'm not abandoning theirs. So we're not here to tell you abandon your service, go for products alone. No. It is for you to use them as fuel for creation. Use them as fuel for creation. The next 6-figure, the next 7-figure, the next $1 billion business might start with what you already know. Scratch that. It most times starts with what you already know. Something you already know how to do. It's just for you to create a system where you systemize it in service and products. It will give you the next $1 billion you're looking for. It's most not outside. Guess what the prophet told the widow woman that's looking for a way to go and pay her debt? He said, Auntie, what do you have in your house? What do you have in your house? December is ending and you're thinking, oh no, I think I just made money from only my products, my service alone. I made money from just my salary. Why is it that the job you've done for 15 years, there's no book on it? Why? So don't stay in service mode. Build products that multiply your impact and your income. It is time. It is time. I'm your reminder, I'm your alarm clock telling you that it's time. It's time for you to build products that can multiply your income and your impact. So while you are sleeping on Christmas Day, Allah is still coming.